Lord Vishnu is the presiding deity of the yajnas. So it's very appropriate to chant Vishnu Suktam, which I am doing now. Revered Paramananda Bharati Swamiji and friends, I am very happy to be here on this sacred occasion of Gayatri Mahayajna, and I am very happy to offer my few words to express my best wishes for the organizers and the participants of this program. Om Vishnornukam Viryani Pravochanyah Parthivani Vimamera Jagum Siyo Askabhayaduttaragam Sadhastham Vichakramanastretorugayo Vishnoratamasi Vishno Prashtamasi Vishnoshnaptrestho Vishnosyorasi Vishnordhruvamasi Vaishnavamasi Vishnavetva Tadasya priyamabhipatho ashyam Naro yatra devayavo madanti Urukramasya sahibandhuritha Vishno pade parame madhvautsaha Pratadvishnustavate viryaya Mrigona bhimakucharo girishthah Yasyorushu trishu vikramaneshu Adhikshayanti bhuvanani vishvat Paromatraya tanuvavradhana Nate mahitvamanvashnuvanti Ubhete vidmarajasi prathavya Vishno devatvam Paramasya vitse Vichakrame prathavi mesha etam Kshetraya Vishnurmanushedashasyan Dhruvaso asya kira yojanasaha Urukshitigum sujanimachakara Tirdeva prathavi mesha etam Vichakrame shatarcha sammahitva Pravishnurastu tavazastaviyan Tveshagahyasyastavirasya nama Ato deva avantu no yato Vishnur vichakrame Prithavya saptathamabihi Idam Vishnur vichakrame Tredhani dadhe padam Samudhamasya pagum sure Trini pada vichakrame Vishnur gopadabhya Tato dharmani dharayan Vishno karmani pashyadayado vratani paspashe Indrasya yujyasakha Tadvishno paramam padagam sada Pashyanti surayah Divi vachakshuratatam Tadviprado vipanyavo jagruvagum sassamindhate Vishnoryat paramam padam Paryaptya anantaraya yasarvastomoti Ratra uttamamakar bhavati sarvasyaptyai sarvasya jityai Sarvameva tenapnoti sarvam jayati Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Krishnarpanamastu Sri Ramakrishnaarpanamastu. I am really very happy to witness the whole Gayatri Mahayajna ceremony. It is very important ceremony for spiritual living. We have come to this world not simply to live a materialistic way. We should have to live the spiritual life also. So these 2 days you have been repeating Gayatri Mahamantra. It's a powerful spiritual formula which has the capacity to transform consciousness when it is repeated mentally. It has got tremendous power. Everything we do should be worthy of our full attention. one-pointedness will make the mind secure, free from tension, and it relaxes the mind too. The Upanishads are the purest source of spiritual wisdom. All of you must have read some of the Upanishads. It is said very clearly in one of the Upanishads, we are what our deep driving desire is. As our deep driving is, so is our will. As our will is, so is our deed. And as our deed is, so is our destiny. So everything is in our own hands. We have taken this human life to raise ourselves to the divine. And finally, we become one with God, enjoying the supreme bliss. This body of ours is made up of food. That is the first reason why we have to be so careful about what we put into it. If there is something wrong in the food, it may create harm to the nourishment of the body. Similarly, we should be careful in giving food to the mind. How many of us are really careful about the food of the mind? In fact, we are so careless. We are putting into the mind all sorts of ideas which runs riot there. The mind is full of distracting ideas, disorganized ideas. Another important point which we should remember regarding the food that is to be given to the mind, how we should be very careful. As we have junk food which we know about, there is junk food with respect to the mind also. What is that? Selfishness, resentment, anger, lust, all these are grouped under junk food for the mind. And just as our body suffers setbacks on a steady diet of junk food, even so the mind also loses its balance and resiliency on a steady diet of junk thoughts. So we should be very careful about what we think. It's very important. From that point of view, these 2 days you have been utilizing the whole atmosphere in such a nice way. You have given the purest food to the mind today. Gayatri Mantra. It's called Maha Mantra. Given by whom? One of the great Saptarshis, Vishwamitra. The name itself suggests the friend of the universe. He gave this Maha Mantra for the upliftment of the humanity. It is very significant, elevating, purifying, and enlightening Maha Mantra. It's a prayer to Lord Savitri, the most resplendent sun. It is recited regularly at sunrise and sunset. The most important function of this mind is it removes all sins. It purifies the mind thoroughly, and it removes ignorance, which is the source of all suffering. It is the most luminous agency that unites the human with the divine in the integral functioning of the entire universe. It embraces in one single sweep the truth of the transcendent, the universal and the individual, God, world and man. It helps the seeker to realize the essence of the three worlds and beyond within himself. It is both a symbol of light and the light itself. In its sound body, Gayatri harnesses and harmonizes the manifold powers and potentialities of the universe. It provides the necessary inspiration and strength for the purification of one's being, as well as holds the light for his integral spiritual development. Its upasana, or constant practice, destroys all forms of psychological impurities and develops the awareness of the transcendent reality. Om is the sound symbol of the manifest divine, By repeating with reverence, it invokes the omnipresent Supreme and puts the seeker, worshipper, in deep rapport with him. Whereas the three Mahavyagritis, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, invoke the gods Agni, Vayu and Aditya, which preside respectively over the three planes of existence, physical, vital and mental. The Rishis embody the all-illuminating, all-manifesting of thoughts of the Vedas, the seven streams of consciousness into which the Supreme cast forth. They are Vishwamitra, Vasishta, Gautama, Bharadwaja, Jamadagni, Kashyapa and Atri. So, we have done a wonderful ritual today. You have come thoroughly purified yourself in every possible manner, and I hope you will be able to maintain that purity so that you will enjoy the benefit of these spiritual activities. I hope and wish you will be able to conduct such programs every year so that you can maintain the continuity of the spiritual activity and enrich your spiritual life. Thank you all. Om Stapakaya Chadamasya Sarvadharmasvarupene Stapakaya Chadamasya Sarvadharmasvarupene Avataravarishthaya Ramakrishna Te Namah. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityormamritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme God incarnate. Let us pray to the Divine Spirit to give us proper discrimination, to distinguish between what is real and what is unreal. Let us pray to the Divine Spirit to remove all our ignorance. Let the light of knowledge be bright in our hearts. Let the Divine Spirit inspire us in our spiritual journey towards achieving immortality. The spiritual masters come again and again to show the path to the people. There is a tendency among the people to go away from the righteous path. So the spiritual masters will come to help us. They are not compelled to come, but they come out of their infinite compassion for the humanity. Lord Buddha is one of the greatest spiritual masters of the world. Today I am dealing with Buddha's teachings. What a wonderful life! What a glorious example he has set forth. Completely selfless, preached the highest philosophy, had the deepest sympathy for the lowest of animals. Not only we have to love our human beings, fellow beings, perfectly all right. There is nothing special over it. In fact, it's our duty, it's our responsibility to love one another. But to love animals, to love plants, to love all beings in the creation, that is really remarkable. Lord Buddha has shown through his own life how to love the creation. If you study his life, the most striking feature in this great personality is that he is the ideal karma yogi, acting entirely without motive. He is a perfect karma yogi. No selfishness, not a trace. Everything is for the creation. Everything is for the people. He possessed the greatest combination of heart and brain. That is why we find Lord Buddha's name even today most refreshing to those who really want to get away from the confusion of the world, who want to get real peace and happiness in the world. Lord Buddha is the first great reformer the world has seen, in the words of Swami Vivekananda. This tribute was given by Swami Vivekananda about Lord Buddha. His life teaches man most important thing, that is to free from the bondage of fear. Fear is the worst enemy of the man. Fear kills the person every moment. We suffer because of fear. So Lord Buddha plays a very important role to show to us how we should be got rid of from this fear. We are constantly surrounded by fear. Fear of disease, fear of old age, and fear of death. Each one is terrible. The worst is fear of death. People die even before death actually comes. This fear, they loom large over our head like a sword of Damocles. Whether rich or poor, prince or a beggar, all are subject to fear. It is possible to be fearless only when you are able to live a life of spirituality. So fear follows us like a shadow. Our struggle to herald victory over fear is what is called religion. The aim and purpose of religion is to make us fearless. Gautama struggled very hard to fight to finish this fear, and he was crowned with success. He attained nirvana, absolute freedom, where he enjoyed perpetual peace and perpetual joy. Gautam became Buddha. Buddha means awakened, awakening to the reality, the real behind the unreal. He experienced immense joy and peace, transcending all shades of fear. So we find with Lord Buddha, religion was not a matter of faith or belief. It was being and becoming. It was a great transformation from a worldly man into a spiritually enlightened man. Gautama, the prince, became Gautama the Buddha, the light of the world. His life demonstrates to the world that the religion is a philosopher's stone which makes a god of man. Buddha had a scientific mind. He never decried anything to be bad, nor did he accept anything to be good without experiment. He would tell his disciples even not to accept his own words without trial, as gold is tested by fire. He would say, do not believe in traditions merely because they have been handed down for many generations and in many places. Do not believe anything because it is rumored and spoken of by many. Do not believe because the writings of some old sage is produced. Thus we find Buddha bold and rational in his approach to religion. Some people are prone to think that there is no place for religion, there is no place for reason in religion. Buddha's life and teachings provide a befitting reply to such misconceptions of people. Religion is not opposed to reason. Let us be very definite about it. In the life and teachings of Buddha, there is no place for mere philosophical speculation. His teachings are simple, plain, and direct. Somebody asked him a question, whether the soul exists or not. Buddha's answer is wonderful. In trying to reply to him, he posed a counter question. He said to him, suppose a man is struck by a poisonous arrow. What will he do then? Will he try to pull the arrow out and dress the wound? Or will he speculate about the make and the maker of the arrow? Who did this? where it was produced, etc. Likewise, according to Buddha, there is no time for man to waste in the settlement of such philosophical disputes as whether the soul exists or not. What you are seeing, the world is full of misery. Sarvam dukkham dukkham. The world is full of misery, misery. Our first and foremost duty is to strive for the cessation of this misery and to work out one's own salvation diligently. Then Lord Buddha says, why there is lot of misery in this world? It is because sarvam anityam anityam. This world is unreal, unreal. Simple answer, but how profound it is. Anything that is unreal cannot give us peace and happiness. Buddha set the wheel of dharma in motion at Saranath. Thereafter he was proceeding towards Uruvel. On his way, he met a group of 30 picnickers with their wives. They were all having a picnic trip. One of them had no wife out of the 30. So what he did was, he brought a woman with him. Some friend he brought to substitute for the wife. What did she do? She ran away with all their belongings. This young man never anticipated that such a thing would happen. So he was anxiously searching for her. Where she might have gone. So he went on searching here, there, everywhere. So while he was intensely agitated and trying to find out her, he came across Buddha. Then he is asking Buddha whether he saw such a woman anywhere on his way. Buddha replied, what do you think, my boy? Which were better for you? To seek for the woman or to seek for the self? This was the question Buddha asked. Not only of that young man, but of the world at large. Running after that which is anitya or evanescent, could one ever be happy in the world? You'll be simply running, that's all. Just like that man was running in search of the woman. You are running. Finally you will be exhausted and you will collapse. So could one ever be happy in the world? No. It only brings misery, dukkha, in its train. So man has to undergo suffering. So Buddha exhorts us not to run after the chimera of this world. Buddha preached the theory of dukkha, misery. And this misery may be considered to be a monolithic pillar on which rests the entire philosophical structure of Buddha's teachings. Hence, one may be inclined to think that he was a pessimist, but a little thought would reveal that Buddha was not a pessimist at all. He, in fact, was an idealist of idealists. The Eightfold Noble Path is a way which leads man beyond the path of misery. When a man goes beyond misery, by treading the noble path, he attains the state of Buddhahood. Buddha is not the name of a man, it is a state. And in the attainment of this state lies the success of life. Buddhahood is the summum bonum of human aspiration. If one really wants peace, one has to strive for the attainment of this Buddhahood, the state of the awakened one. So we should take practical steps, not simply theorizing. If you simply keep on talking and theorizing, you will die as a pandit, not as a man of realization. You will not be free from misery. So, Buddha teaches us that we should refrain from living in a world of illusions. He does not force anyone to give up his desires. He only points out law. What is that? If we take to desiring for pleasure, we must take what goes with it, pain and problems. A question may be asked, how can one live and function without the motivations or pleasure, existence and prosperity? How can we survive in this world without these things? It's a very pertinent question. We cannot really live without happiness or without working for attaining happiness. But what Buddha wants to point out to us is that we should aspire for the highest happiness, which is the experience of nirvana. Experience of nirvana. He asks us to live working for it. Fix the goal, then start working to reach the goal. Otherwise, the world eats us up somewhere on the way. We will be duped by the world and we will not even know that we are duped. Buddha prescribes very clearly eightfold noble paths to achieve nirvana. They are all classified, tested and given to the world. It means we did not have to again put them under test. It's a waste of time. Just take as it is and practice it in your life. That's the way we should do. What are these eightfold noble paths? Right views, right resolve, right speech, right conduct, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and finally, right meditation. These disciplines are to be followed if we are aspiring for the highest happiness, if we are aspiring to have the experience of nirvana. Now, the first one, right views. In effect, it means knowledge of the Four Noble Truths, which I mentioned earlier. The Four Noble Truths, namely, life in the world is full of suffering. Truth. Truth number one. Nobody can say no to that. Everybody knows. It is true. Second truth is, there is a cause for this suffering. Cause and effect. Suffering has its source. Thirdly, it is possible to stop suffering. That's a great assurance. It's a great hope. So we are not lost in suffering. That means we are saved. Lord Buddha is telling, don't get despaired on account of suffering. You can stop it. We have got the power to do it. And there is a path which leads to cessation of suffering. There is a definite path. These are the Four Noble Truths which constitute right views, one of the Eight Noble Paths. Right resolve. I am just briefing only. I am not elaborating all these points, because on each point you can speak hours. It's very nice to study in depth all these points. It's wonderful, no doubt. I myself have felt immensely happy to read this. Right resolve means firm determination to reform life in the light of truth. Firm determination. Without that, spiritual life never begins without determination. If you have vacillating mind, then you must understand that you are somewhere wrong. Vacillation must be stopped. Very important. Determination, strong determination is required. Then only you can have right resolve. Third one is right speech. Will be the first fruit of right resolve, which will enable us to control our speech and abstain from lying, slander, unkind words, and frivolous talks. How much energy we are wasting through our tongue? Have you ever thought of it? As soon as we open our eyes in the morning, the first thing that we do is we open our mouth and talk about things. People very rarely appreciate the value of silence. If for some reason they come to a place where there is silence, they are disturbed terribly. No, I must go to a place where there is noise. They want to create noise and live upon it. Anyway, right speech will be the first fruit of right resolve, which will enable us to control our speech and abstain from all other things, slandering, etc. Right conduct not only means abstention from wrong action, it includes what is known as Panchashil, namely desisting from killing. Secondly, stealing. It may not be physically, you may not be stealing. Mentally, you may desire to have something, to enjoy something else which doesn't belong to you. That's also a kind of stealing. No more stealing. Thirdly, sensuality. Fourthly, lying. Lastly, intoxications. So all these 5 things ought to be properly dealt with. You must be firmly established in developing your character. Then only you will have right conduct. Right livelihood means maintaining life by honest and unreproachable means, avoiding forbidden means. Lord Krishna has very nicely said in the Gita, Ashapasha Satairbadhaha Kamakrodha Parayanaha Ihante Kama Bhogartham Anyayena Artha Sanchaya. In order to satisfy the desires, people adopt improper means for getting money, for satisfying their desires. Thereby, they keep on increasing their sins. Right effort. It is constant endeavor to maintain moral progress by banishing evil thoughts and entertaining good ones. 7th, right mindfulness is constant remembrance of the perishable nature of things. This is necessary for keeping off attachments to things and grief over their loss. There is no point in grieving over the unreal things. You must have clear conviction in yourself. So this path is prescribed. And the last one, the 8th noble path Buddha prescribes is right meditation. It is concentration through 4 stages that leads to the attainment of nirvana. The result of unhampered concentration on truth is perfect insight or wisdom to which the riddle of existence stands clearly revealed once for all. Ignorance and desire are cut at their roots, and thus the source of misery vanishes. Perfect wisdom, perfect goodness, and perfect equanimity, complete relief from suffering, all these are simultaneously achieved in Nirvana. Nirvana means complete dissolution of all problems of man. When the last fires of desire are put out, man loses his small self and is immersed into universal self, just as the dewdrop slips into the shining sea. The problem of the dewdrop is solved or dissolved only when it slips into the shining sea. There is no use in staying small and fighting the implications of smallness. I want my individuality. If you want to stick on to your petty individuality, you have to be prepared for suffering. Come out of that pettiness. Come out of that smallness. Expand yourself. You are the whole universe. That conception should come to us. Why refuse being great and suffer the inevitable pangs of smallness? So Buddha is very clear about that point. He could love everybody. He could show kindness to everyone because there was no pettiness in him. He was no more a dewdrop. He was the ocean itself. He was the soul of all souls. He would feel for everybody. Before achieving Nirvana, Lord Buddha says, one should have to remove the personal evils inherent in him. He must change the gravity of life from pleasure seeking to truth seeking. But people, they want pleasure and they want truth also, which is not possible. Buddha elaborates a method for removal of personal evils. Everything has got prescription. Very nice. Buddha said, people become bad by 10 things. And by avoiding 10 things, they become good. There are 3 evils of the body, 4 evils of the tongue, and 3 evils of the mind, total 10. Everything is pointed out. No hiding here. If you want truth, be prepared to have surgery. Yeah. Now, Bhagavan Buddha says, what are the 3 evils of the body? As I said earlier, I am not elaborating these things. I am just pinpointing. It is for you to develop later. The evils of the body, first one, murder. Second one, theft. Third one, adultery. Main classification he has made. There are so many subsidiaries for this. The 4 evils of the tongue. Tongue is responsible for that. 4 evils. What are they? First one is lying. Telling always false. Second one, slander. Slander. Third, abuse. Fourth, idle talk. How much energy we are wasting in all these things. So there is no wonder if you are exhausted. Oh Swamiji, we don't have time to meditate. Sure, you are right. You don't have time, you don't have even to, you can't even breathe also. You have lost all your energy in all these dirty things. These evils are continuously dominating us. So, instead of getting rid of impurities, we are making impurities more and more thick. Thick to such an extent it becomes like mountain rock. Horrible to break. Now, coming to the evils of the mind, 3 evils. What are they? Covetousness, hatred, and thirdly, error. After pointing out these, Lord Buddha says 10 evils to be avoided are: first one, kill not, but have regard for life. Life is precious. Life is gold. Don't be careless about your life. Don't be careless. Give due respect to the life of everyone. As you care yourself, as you revere your own life, you must revere the life of everybody. Don't harm anybody. Even in thought, word and deed. Even mentally, don't aspire to kill a person. Even he might have committed a mistake. Even he might be a wicked man. Never harbor bad feelings. Secondly, steal not. Neither do ye job, but help everybody to be the master of the fruits of his labor. Steal not, neither do ye rob, but keep everybody to be the master of the fruits of his labor. Thirdly, abstain from impurity and lead a life of chastity. Keep the mind always in good thoughts. You will practice chastity automatically without any problem. If you think of chastity, it becomes a problem to you. Keep the mind always on good thoughts, good ideas. Keep on thinking over them. It maintains your chastity. Fourthly, lie not, but be truthful. Speak the truth with discretion, fearlessly, and in a loving heart. Fifthly, invent not evil reports, neither do ye repeat them. Carp not, but look for the good side of your fellow beings, so that you may with sincerity defend them against their enemies. Sixth, swear not, but speak decently. Speak decently with dignity. Seventh, waste not the time with gossip, but speak to the purpose or keep silence. Keep silence. Worship silence. Enjoy silence. Happiness is in silence. Eighth, covet not, nor envy, but rejoice at the fortunes of other people. Don't become jealous. Ninth, cleanse your heart of malice and cherish no hatred, not even against your enemies, but embrace all living beings with kindness. Kindness. It's a remarkable spiritual quality. And 10th, free your mind of ignorance and be anxious to learn the truth, especially in the one thing that is needed, lest you fall a prey to skepticism or to errors. Skepticism will make you indifferent, and errors will lead you astray, so that you shall not find the noble eightfold path that leads to eternal life. In order to practice removal of personal evils, we can't stay away from society. We may honestly try to avoid these 10 evils, but we have to live in an interdependent world. The world around us may hinder or help us in our efforts to remove these evils. Even this will be determined not according to stars, but by how we behave in the world. Our behavior in the world is very important. How we behave. How do I behave? If I behave properly to that extent, one good man has come in this world. To that extent I am contributing to the welfare of the world. Our thinking must be like that. We have to know specifically how we can turn the world to be our helpers in our good effort. The only way of doing it is to function in a way conducive to peace, harmony in the world. The state of the world in which we live affects our individual and personal lives. Again, our individual state of consciousness, thoughts and actions shape the state of the world in which we have to live. According to Buddha, peace and harmony are not the outcome of certain measures we may adopt, but that of the state of consciousness from which we function in the world. Now Buddha teaches that there are 6 states of consciousness which are conducive to peace and harmony. Being in themselves friendly and respectful, these states of consciousness lead to accord, amity and love. What are these 6 states? First comes the state of consciousness represented by thoughts of goodwill sincerely harbored. Number 2, words of goodwill sincerely spoken. Number 3, acts of goodwill toward fellow beings. 4, sharing with others of all that we have, down to the last crumb of the bread. 5th, sharing with others your higher life of flawless virtue. 6th, removing all evil around oneself with the noble saving creed of love. Buddha points out that these 6 states of consciousness, when cultivated properly, not only lead to unity, harmony and peace, but to super knowledge. In one place, summing up all his teaching as it were, Buddha said with great emphasis, that which is most needed is a loving heart. Loving heart. We need know how to cultivate this loving heart. Such a heart can be cultivated only in a special mental climate. That's very important. So it shows how we should be very careful about maintaining the equanimity of the mind. A peaceful disposition and goodwill toward all beings, when habituated deliberately, will gradually transform our unloving heart into a loving heart. So this is the essence of Buddha's teachings. Let us develop that wonderful loving heart to love everyone in this creation. We must develop love towards such an extent we know only how to love. Like that we must develop that special quality, prem. Once we develop that love, God is with us always. God is with us always. So I pray Sri Ramakrishna so that we may all develop that wonderful spiritual heart, wishing peace, happiness and prosperity towards all beings in the creation. Thank you. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. May the Divine Supreme protect us all. May He nourish us all. May we work in harmony with great vigor. May our study be illuminating and fruitful. May we not hate each other. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.